What's good, YouTube? I used to be broke, but now Tae Got Cash. Back with another video, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Now wait a minute, man. Now wait. I know I've been gone. I've been gone for a minute, a couple months now, but I'm back. And I know I said I'm not leaving last time. I'm not leaving before. I'm not leaving no more. Hello. I didn't leave before. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, though, how y'all doing, Angel Gang, Fun Family, Cash Crew? We back on this jump. Yeah. Excuse me. As I can see from the title, this is Evolution is Not a Fact, Part 3. I gave y'all Part 2 like 5 months ago. I don't know when I gave y'all Part 1, so let's tune in. Let's get it. about the about the session about to take place. Get some water. I drink my water on camera. It's good aqua. Good H2O. Hydrogen, 2 oxygen molecules. You got something that can sustain almost every living thing on this planet. I don't know what I'm talking about. I digress. Anyway. Okay, we left off at point 5. I did 2 videos. You put them both together, it's over an hour, and I only got the 4 points. And I think the last video, part 2, I spent the whole video talking about 1 point, number 4. So let's let's go. Anyway, though, hope y'all can see it. You know, I put the AE lock on it, so y'all should be able to see it. If you ask me, if I do say so myself, if I don't, if I'm not deluding myself. Anyway, though, right here. And hold on, just to refresh your memory, if you don't know what the 5th point we are on what? It's the 15 answers to creation is nonsense. So the point is what he say. The point is the nonsense he says we say. Us creationists who believe in God, who believe this world had to be created, because there's only 2 options, by the way. Either somebody created this world or the world created itself. What do you believe? Think about it. Did this Earth, universe, everything, galaxy, made itself by itself for no reason at all, by chance, or all-powerful, wise, supreme being, divine creator made all of this for a purpose? The choice is yours. What to believe, after all, not what it is. That's interesting. The choice we have is what we choose to believe, not what it is. It's one of those things. We can't choose which one it is. We can only choose which one to believe it is. You know what I'm saying? So we still can't prove it. We can only gather knowledge and resources and lost words, but information about said things, said theories, said beliefs, and you choose which one to put your faith in or belief in. And people don't think evolution is a belief, but it is. It's a religion. You have to believe it. There's no proof for it. If you have any proof for it whatsoever, please provide me with some. I would love to see it. Not suggestions, not theories, not hypotheses, not educated guesses, not inferences. Solid, concrete, tangible proof, evidence. I would love to see it. Touch it, hold it, behold it with my eyes, my 2 oculuses. Is that my eyes? Anyway. Point 5. On 15 points to creation is nonsense, which aren't 15 points of nonsense. It's more of, he has 15 rebuttals of nonsense. Anyway. Number 5. The disagreements among even evolutionary biologists show how little solid science supports evolution. So basically he says we say, because this is the nonsense he said we say. And what I said, the numbers are what he said we say, and these are his responses, his rebuttals. What's my speaker powering off? Forgot to cut it off before the video. Fumbles. Anyway though. So yeah, the point is, he tried to say we say, oh, there's so much disagreement within y'all camp, it can't possibly be right. And he said that it, really he said that's what. Now he didn't even say possibly right. It shows how little solid science supports evolution, and he kind of makes straw man's arguments for these because I don't even need like this right here, the disagreements among. I don't need. You can take that off, and I'll be like, this little, this little solid evidence, little solid science. Excuse me. It's been a long time, y'all. I gotta get back on the channel. Get right. I'm stuttering. Little solid science supports evolution. I don't even need this disagreement among evolutionary biologists part. They do disagree. Because it's a shell game between them. And that's an evolutionary biologist, but there's a shell game between, I'm gonna broaden it up, I'm gonna expand the horizon. There's a shell game between scientists and the evolutionary community, period. You be like, what's the evidence? Who has the evidence for evolution? The geologist says the paleontologist has it. The paleontologist says the biologist has it. The biologist says the chemist has it, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's a shell game. Oh, it's right here. Here's the evidence. Where's the evidence? I shouldn't have to go searching for the evidence for your theory. Provide it. Anyway, though, and here are some of the disagreements among them. Birds and dinosaurs. People think birds and dinosaurs are related. A chicken did not come from a T Rex. There, a bird. There's like five basic things on here. Us humans fit into the mammal category. There's mammals. There's what, and I don't know five. There might be more, but that's just like off the top of my head. I'm about to do a countdown. There's mammals, which is living things that give birth to their young, milk them. There's birds, which is what a chicken is, and other birds. And then there's reptiles, which is what dinosaurs are. Just because they both lay eggs, which amphibians do as well, even though bird eggs and the lizard eggs are more hard and have more similarities than amphibian eggs, that don't mean they're related. Dinosaurs did not have feathers. Anyway, though, that's another topic for another time. What the Neanderthals were another species of modern humans. I wouldn't say they were modern. Yeah, they're probably modern humans because these people think the Earth is way older than it is. The Earth is not millions of years old, and that's another video for another time. But Earth isn't million or billion. Cause I say the Earth's not million years old. They're like, you're right, it's billion, and I'm like, no, it's not 4.5 billion years old. It's only about 6,000. Hello, and much more. Anyway, though, that's all I'm gonna cover for point five because he just look at it. He's just trying to make a thing about birds to be born from reptile eggs. You see these theories they come up with. There's no proof. There's no. It's not science. It's their belief. They're believing. They want to believe birds can be born from reptile eggs, even though no one ever seen that happens. You know what science is? Word science. Oh, hold up. Oh dang. I wasn't good at PowerPoint, but I should have set it up before. The point is though, science. The word science come from some. I can't remember if it's Latin or Greek or what it is, but it comes from the word see or something like that, which means to know, knowledge. And in modern terms, so science is what we know, things we absolutely know. In modern terms, you look up the definition of science. It's things we can study, observe, test, and demonstrate. But oh, birds being born from reptile eggs is not anything we've ever studied, observed, tested, demonstrated. Please, who seen a bird come from a reptile egg? I would love show me. Y'all are so sure it happened. I teach it in the textbooks like it's a fact. Like birds can like y'all are so sure birds came from dinosaurs, but there's no birds coming from reptile eggs today. What what, what happened? Anyway, da. Remember that though, guys. Science is what we can see, study, test, observe, and demonstrate. Anything else isn't science. You and what the evolutionists are real good at doing is they mix in. It's like how you kill rats, rodents. Rat food is only a little bit of poison. It's 99.99% good food, and that 1% of poison will take them out. About the curse, it'll take them out, and That's how they do with the textbooks and this teaching. This evolutionary belief religion, they mix it in with a little bit of science, and then the evolution gets to pass by because evolution is pseudoscience. It's not science. It masquerades as science. Anyway, though, hmm, these things they say and that they were fruit with, they were butter with, no one has ever seen. It's not science. No one has ever tested it. A good a good science, the scientific method, a good science experiment can be repeated several times and get the same results. Yet this stuff they talk about has never been repeated any. Never got any results. Never been observed. Anyway, though, look at this. I don't know who. If you're a creationist and you use this, please stop. Because first of all, this is just wrong on so many levels. I never even heard nobody use this argument. This stuff, like he's putting straw man stuff on here. Don't even know why I'm wasting my time with this. But I started this series. I'm gonna finish it, and I want my channel to be broad about all different type of stuff. I don't want it to just be. I mean, it depends. If I blow up, I'll probably eventually change my channel, get a gaming channel, and then get a channel talking about this stuff, evolutionary Christianity stuff. But my channel, as for now, is evolutionary Christianity stuff, rap and gaming, and my TikToks. So yeah. Anyway, if humans descended from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? First of all, no one said humans. And this is your rebuttal. The first mistake is that evolution does not teach that humans descended from monkeys. That's true. They teach. Well, I would. It doesn't teach that. It teaches they have a common ancestor. But if you really dig deep into what he's saying, what is he saying? Well, first of all, not they don't. First of all, let me correct. They don't say they came from monkeys. They say we came from. They believe, which is false, that man, us, came from apes, not monkeys, apes. And it's funny to me how they always try to connect us with apes when I would think there's more similarities between apes and monkeys rather than us and apes. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, because apes don't have a tail, monkeys have a tail, but they're still more similar. I would still argue they're more similar apes and monkeys than we are to apes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, though. So if it don't have a tail, it's an ape. It's not a monkey. That does irk me. Don't call an ape a monkey. It's not a monkey. It's an ape. Anyway, um, but the point is though of this fallacy. This is not science. Evolution teaches that we didn't come from monkeys or apes. We came from a common ancestor with them. And this is something trying to explain his logic. But I'm not going to go into that because it doesn't it's irrelevant actually, to be honest. The point is though. The point is though. It's like it said we come from a common ancestor. If you have two, so us humans share a common ancestor with an ape. So ape humans, boom. I can't have boom. Ape human came from something that wasn't an ape and wasn't a human. So what was it? What was this common ancestor that we share with apes that wasn't an ape and wasn't a human because it diverged into both apes and humans? Two separate lineages, species, whatever, beings, creatures, kinds, what the Bible would say. Anyway, though, so what they're saying is macroevolution, basically. One kind of animal, mankind, ape kind, coming from a different kind of animal, a common ancestor that was neither ape kind and mankind. It diverged into the two. What was this? Who seen this? Did y'all observe it? Did you study it, test it, demonstrate it? I'm not quite sure it's science then. Which is also why I don't know why they get into this origin stuff. Because origins has nothing to do with science. You could teach literally every science subject and you don't have to get into origins at all. All the periodic, all the elements. Teach them all the atomic weight, the value, the atomic number, all that stuff. And teach you how do we get these elements? Well, we can't talk about that, but you can tell them all the facts about the elements. The bones, the human body structure, the endocrine system, the nervous system, your bone, your skeletal system, your digestive system, your reproduction system, your respiratory system. You know what I'm saying? All that. You can teach them about the, your femur, your tibia, your fibula. I'm about to start pointing at bones, but I don't know where my bones at. But you can teach them about all that stuff. How do we get these bones? How do we get these systems? We can't talk about that, but you can teach it. You can talk about every subject in science. You don't have to bring up origins at all. But they push their religion, their tax supported religion, that they use your tax dollars and my tax dollars to put into the public school textbooks to push this garbage out to school to kids. And your kid has been exposed to this if they go to public school. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, hold up. Okay. Evolution cannot explain how life first appeared on Earth. Correct. So I don't even know why he got that up here. Look, it's a mystery, but biochemists have learned how primitive nucleic acids and all this could have formed and organized themselves. So what? Listen, what he believes and what I believe. I believe God did this. God made all this stuff for a purpose, for a reason. He believes for no reason, for no purpose at all. Primitive nuclear acids and amino acids formed and organized themselves into self-replicating, sustaining units. You know how much faith you have to believe that? I would argue he has more faith than me to believe such a wildly preposterous, slim chance, near to impossible thing. And then look at this. And then look at this. Hold up. I'm not gonna talk about that astrochemical stuff. I'm gonna talk about this. He say we try to invalidate evolution by pointing because they can't explain the origin of life because they cannot. They don't know how life got started. They believe life got started from inanimate materials, also known as spontaneous generation and abiogenesis. But life does not arise from non-life. That was proved a long time with Francisco. I just butchered his name. Francisco Reddy and something Pastillo. I can't remember, but the point is, life can arise from non-life. I forgot. It used to be like recipe to make mice. You take rags and old food and hair. You put it in a corner, and it'll make mice eventually in a couple days. Can you believe that? And they used to see maggots on old rotten meat and think the meat would produce the maggots or something like that. But no, the maggots are non life doesn't arise from inanimate materials, from organic materials don't arise from inorganic. You know what I'm saying? Life doesn't arise from non-life. It's that simple. A rock, you could take all the you could take all the materials needed for life, whatever. You could nuke it, put it in a microwave, a blender. You could hit it with some lightning. It will not produce life. Frankenstein and stuff like that is not real. You're not gonna make life from dead material. Anyway, though, look at this. It could have had a non-evolutionary beginning. Aliens introduced the first cells billions of years ago. That doesn't do anything but pass the buck. How did life get started on Earth? Aliens introduced the first cells. How did that alien life get started? All that does is pass the buck to something. Oh, the aliens did it. The aliens did it, but God can't do it. Can y'all believe that? He rather believe these aliens introduced the first cells than God would. There's no evidence for aliens anyway. I don't believe in aliens because the Bible tells me Eve is the mother of all living. And Jesus Christ died for all. We have to go to these other planets and die for them. These people want it to be aliens. They want it to be all this stuff. Science fiction. I love science fiction, but you gotta live in reality. Hello. So, but there's no proof of aliens whatsoever. There's no even besides our imagination. There's nothing to even inform us. I think UFOs are a lot of myth sightings or government things. Anyway, what I was about to say is people think there's intelligent life on other planets. Have they looked around? There's not much intelligent life on this planet. Walk outside your door. Turn your TV on. Mathematically, it's conceivable. This is correct. And I wouldn't say mathematically, but statistically, probability. Life will not arise by chance. There's no way. They believe this though. They have to believe this. They must. God didn't do it. Life arose by chance, or the aliens did it. This is just a lot of BS he's talking about. He's talking about, and I want to say nothing I can't refute, but who can? He's talking about natural selection and stuff. Natural selection selects these brown eyes. It'll select that for the next generation. My son, my grandson, this black hair, this brown skin. Natural selection selects traits already within these creatures, these kinds, these animals, these beings. It does not create things. It doesn't create the brown hair. It doesn't create the black skin, the pigmentation, the melanin. It doesn't create the traits that get passed on. It selects them. Is he talking about natural selection can push evolution in one? No, that's them trying to go from microevolution, which we detested the term, but we agree to the fact that it happens. There are different kinds of things. I wouldn't use humans as an example. I was about to say there's different humans, but I would use dogs. There's all these different kind of dogs, you know. And microevolution is basically variation. So I guess you could use it for humans. There's blacks, there's whites, there's Asians, Hispanics, Native Americans, all that. Dogs. There's how many different dog breeds? And I bet I know what they evolved from. A dog wasn't a rock. It wasn't. Cause this is what they believe: the biogenesis, the spontaneous generation, the Earth. First, the Earth was a hot molten mass, which it wasn't. That's not what the Bible teaches. But anyway, and it cooled. The clouds formed, all that stuff. Atmosphere formed because some chemicals or whatever. Rained on the rocks for millions of years. Because you at least need hydrogen and oxygen to get rain. Rained on the rocks for millions of years. Lightning struck it, boom, boom, boom. I tell you, there was like clouds. It must have been storming. You got lightning, boom, boom, boom. And out of the prebiotic soup, life arose. The first complex or simple organism, something like single cell organism, something like that. The point is life. They believe life came from that soup. But life doesn't come from soup. There's no evidence of spontaneous generation. They can't create life in the laboratory today. Even if they could, that wouldn't prove that it happened billions of years, millions of years ago by chance. It would actually prove that it takes intelligence to create life, which is all I'm teaching and trying to present as my point. God, a supreme intelligence, created life, but they don't want to give him the glory. And that's not what this is about. Because I don't even have to bring God into this, but I can simply disprove this straight off their own fallacies. That what they're teaching is not science. That's how I argue people or I debate about this evolution or the age of the earth, and I don't have to even bring up the Bible. I can go straight scientifically off why the earth cannot be billions of years old or millions of years old. Might drop a video on that one day. Okay, we on number 9 now. There's just no chance though. No matter how many years you give it, that life would create itself. That's why they need all this time, because they know we don't see it today. You're like, why doesn't life create itself today? Why don't apes evolve today? Why don't these animals evolve today? Why aren't we seeing these changes? It happens slowly over time. It takes billions of years. Yeah, alright. Mm. In this, he tried to say that we say the second law of thermodynamics says that life can arise from non-life. But see, that's like a straw man argument. I don't even need the second law of thermodynamics to say that. Life does not arise from non-living life. Show me when it ever has. Yet you believe it has long ago and far away. These atheists and evolutionists amuse me. They fascinate me. And look at this. Hold up. Wrong tab. Simple organism. There's no such thing as a simple organism. All life is complex. A little amoeba is complex. You don't even know. Oh look. Oh look. Oh yeah. I'm on them. I'm on them. Look at number 10. Look at number 10, y'all. And life could not have evolved from a protozoa. And if it did, again, that's teaching macroevolution, one kind of animal. Humans, all these creatures on Earth came from a protozoa, something that's not the creature it is today. That's why I say that common ancestor stuff. You're telling me we descend from a common ancestor with apes. Well, that common ancestor wasn't a human and it wasn't an ape. So what was it? You're teaching that one kind of animal, the apes and humans, came from another kind of animal because it wasn't an ape or a human. And they teach all life on Earth is related, plant life included. We're related to bananas and whales, kids. I don't know how they don't see it. What they're teaching to be crazy, but they believe it's science too. They believe it's completely logical. I wouldn't say. I guess mutations are essential to the evolutionary theory. I would not say mutations eliminate traits. See, he's making a whole bunch of straw man statements to try to say what we say, but no one says they eliminate traits. Or I wouldn't say that they wouldn't produce new features, because I would say like a fifth leg is a new feature. You ever see some of these mutated animals? A two head is a new feature, but what we're trying to say is it doesn't add any new information, not features, information, and it doesn't eliminate traits. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't add no traits. It doesn't add anything. That information to make a head was already in there. It made another one. It mutated. There are no beneficial mutations, is what we say. Evolution says they mutated and they evolved. There's no. This isn't the X-Men. There's no. That's fiction. There's no beneficial mutation. Mutations are harmful. A short-legged sheep. It's a mutation. That's gonna be the first one the wolf gets when it comes. It's harmful. It's not beneficial. That frog having a fifth leg, I'm pretty sure that's not beneficial. It can't jump right and stuff like that. That cat having three eyes or two heads, that's not beneficial. Mutations are harmful. Look up some animal mutations, human mutations. They're not beneficial. Yet when they taught in evolution, they are. But they can't ever show you an example. Show me an example of a beneficial mutation. I forgot. Some guy was like, if you get, I can't remember. I don't want to say the wrong disease or whatever, but he was along the lines where he was like, if you get smallpox, you can't get malaria or something like that. But he's like, well, now you got smallpox though, or something, or it's dumb. The point, I don't know if that was the right disease, but he's like, if you get this, you can't get this. That's me. But it's like that's not a beneficial thing. There are no beneficial mutations. I'm trying to tell y'all. Resistance to antibiotics are not mutations, and it may be, but it's bacterial. Show me that in the animal kingdom. Hello. No, see, look at this. He just proved my point. The mutation in the tapeta cause legs to sprout in fruit flies. It caused legs to sprout where the antenna should grow. If you're a fruit fly and you have legs where your antenna should be, your antennas to help you with what a car antenna do, right? Imagine you had a tire where your car antenna was supposed to be. This fly has legs where its antenna is supposed to be. So it doesn't have the functions that its antenna will do. These abnormal limbs are not functional. So they're not beneficial. They're in fact harmful because he don't have antennas which will do what antennas will do for every other fruit fly. You get what I'm saying, y'all? This mutation that he used for an example is not even beneficial. It's harmful. It takes the space. It grew. It has legs where its antenna should be. Imagine having legs where your arm should be, or arms where your legs should be. You think that'll be beneficial or harmful? It's not new information, that's for sure. The fruit fly already had in its DNA code the information to create legs. It created them in the wrong spot where the antenna should be. Mutations are harmful, not beneficial. Their existence proved that genetic mistakes. So it's a genetic mistake. harmful, not beneficial. Can produce complex structures. I wouldn't say it's a complex structure. And no one said they did. And they talking about natural selection can then use for possible uses. If if a mutation got naturally selected into the animal population, it would be very harmful, volatile, would not help it whatsoever. And I'm not talking about eye color or something like that either. And I don't even think eye colors are mutation. I think they're just recessive traits, like the green and the red. Excuse me, y'all, if I sound weird. My throat's just a little scratchy or something like that. Need a cough drop with a Rolaids. Since it's only 15 points, I might finish this video, y'all. This might be the finale, this last episode of why evolution is not a fact. Natural selection explains microevolution. Yeah, natural selection selects traits, and that's how these variations occur. I wouldn't argue with that. And this is true. It cannot explain new species. Natural selection could. See, look at his terms. His terms prove his own self wrong. Could produce new species. When has it? Where's the proof that it has? Don't tell me what it could do. Show me you believe that it has. Show me why. Show me the proof. Show me. Where's the. Where, hey. Where's the meat at? These guys playing. I'm just reading this, y'all. See if there's anything to rebut. Just a whole bunch of balderdash. If I'm gonna be honest, malarkey. Natural selection doesn't create. It doesn't new species, higher order. It doesn't create anything. It selects. Nobody has ever seen a species. No. Straw man argument. We don't say this. Don't ever use the word species. Kind. Kind is a valid term. There's mankind, dog kind, cat kind. There's a house cat. There's tigers. There's jaguars. There's lynx. There's bobcats. There's pumas. There's cheetahs. There's lions. Guess what though? Stand 10 feet back. Look. Put them all side by side. Look at them. There's still a cat. You know what a kind is. Sure, there's a fringe. Some stuff get hard to determine, but you know the basis. Take a wolf, a dingo, a coyote, and a dog, a German shepherd or whatever. Line them all up. Stand back and look at them. They're all dogs, canines. They are kinds. Understand what I'm trying to say? Even gorillas, orangutan, chimpanzees. Very look all look different. Their own thing. Stand 10 feet back. Look at them though. They're all apes. And I'll give y'all a solid definition of kind one day too. I'm not gonna do it on here because I would have to do some searching. And this video isn't about that. It's about these 15 points that that he tried. He tried it. So, see, nobody's arguing about species. You might see a new species come to fruition. We might select this and finally get a chihuahua. Nobody's ever seen this. A new species. Wow. Write it down. Stand 10 feet back. Look at it. It's still a dog. We don't argue about species. We argue about kinds. No one's ever seen a dog come from a non-dog. And you may think I'm crazy saying that, but that's what they teach. Long ago and far away, eventually, down the line somewhere, that dog, they believe that dog came from something that wasn't a dog. But that's not science. That's not what we see today. That's not what we observe. That's not what we study and test and demonstrate. And I want you to understand that's what science is. And if you don't believe me, hold up. Ugh. Hold up, y'all. See, look. Hold up. Intellectual, practical activity encompass systematic study, structured behavior of the physical natural world through observation and experiment. They ain't ever experiment to see if life could come from non-life or if a dog could come from something not a dog. And if they did, it hasn't. It was a failed experiment. We never observed life coming from non-life. You never observed one kind of animal coming from another kind of animal, which is microevolution. Excuse me, that's macroevolution, which is what they teach. Macroevolution out of the 6 terms of evolution. I go over that when I do the other thing I just said I do. I forgot like that. But with the 6 terms of evolution, only one is correct. The fifth one, microevolution, stellar, cosmic, macro, chemical, organic, are all false. They're religious beliefs. Only micro is what we've observed, studied, tested, and demonstrated, which, as you can see right here, is what science is. I want y'all to understand that. Evolution is not science, it's a religious belief. Pseudoscience masquerades as such, not as such as pseudoscience, such as science. So, anyway, get off that species because that's a straw man argument. See, look, different 35 generation flies, different ones, whatever. Nobody, you got all these different flies, right? They're still a fly. Stand 10 feet back and look at them. Hey, look at this. There's no transitional fossils, yada yada yada. In archaeopteryx, that's one they love to bring up and all this stuff. The point is, though, there's not any transitional fossils. But even if there were, what does that prove? You find a bone in the dirt. All you know is it died. If it had any kids, you sure can't prove it had different kids. You can't prove this archaeopteryx or all these fossils he just named turned into birds or what's today as the common bird and all that stuff. It could have died. It could have went extinct. They don't know none of that. They see this and they're like, ooh, this helps our theory. Let's use it. Look at this. 375 million years ago. Earth's not even that old. Not anywhere near it. Earth. These guys. See, but and the human brain, especially when you're a kid and you learn all this crap, as soon as you hear that number, you automatically check out. The brain can't process big numbers. Congress knows this and they take advantage of it. Living things have fantastically. They got intricate features, atomical, cellular, and molecular levels. They cannot function if they were any less. Who says this? Who he uses these? I wouldn't say they were any less complex. See, he throws all this crap in here and tries to make it seem like this is needed for the main point. It's a straw man argument. A lot of these points, and it's not. It's not needed. Prudent. I'm gonna look that up real quick. The point is though, I wouldn't say I'm gonna look at what prudent means first. Yeah, well judged. I would argue that not because of all this though. Maybe because the first sentence, but not this. Not that they were any less complex or sophisticated. Who says that? The point is though, they're designed so well. One could only think they could be designed. If you walk into the forest and you saw a painting, there's no paint, there's no brushes, there's no evidence of any person ever being there, no footprints, anything. But there's a painting right there, clear as day, hanging on the tree. Would you think that painting made itself in the forest? Or would you come to the logical conclusion, somebody painted this? You see things and you know they have to be created. You're walking, you see a pencil. You don't see anybody, no evidence of the pencil, no creation, no evidence of creation whatsoever. But this is obviously a creation of intelligent design, an invention. This pencil didn't create itself. It didn't come from wood that fell down and got eroded, and then the rubber got stuck to it, and then corroded by the lightning, and it cauterized, and all this, and the lead got stuck in there, and then it petrified, and now you have this evolved pencil. No, it was a creation, an invention of man, of intelligent design, like we are, like everything you see on earth is. Give the glory to God, or at least don't believe this crazy evolutionary theory, because it didn't come from nothing. I can tell you that much. The argument from design is a great argument. And he just has a lot of not needed stuff on here. Recent discoveries prove that even on the microscopic level, life has a quality of complexity that could not have come about through evolution. I wouldn't argue that, but it's not really a point. Misleading semantics of creationism. Only methodical naturalism can determine how all life came to be. I don't even know what that is. Who says that? He's using stuff nobody says. Okay, y'all. This is like the end of the video. I hope I helped in any way, shape, or form. I'm I'm chilling, man. I haven't been on the tube in a long time. It's good to be back. About to start back uploading. About to get on the grind, man. I just need to write this song, get this gameplay done. And what would be funny is I don't know if I'm gonna post this after I do the song or before, and I might do the song after this. We're gonna see. Stay tuned, y'all. You know I got more stuff coming. I know y'all can't see when it's like that. I don't know why I do that. If y'all didn't know, this is why dice is called bones. Because the Romans and Greeks made dice from sheeps with the sheets, from sheep ankle bones. And with that mispronunciation, that stutter, that mess up, I bid you all good night. It's like 3 in the morning. So it's been real, man. It's been fun. I'm glad I can inform y'all, spend this time with y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all the subscribers, all the support. 80 subscribers on the road to 100 subscribers. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Y'all already know, man. I'm turned up. Y'all already know. It's gonna be a great winter, fall, whatever time it is you watching this. We about to turn up, man. You already know what time it is. This is Tae Kash, man. You already know Andrew Gang Fun Family. Cash Crew, I appreciate you. If you're new here, you should subscribe. More Tay Talks, games, and music on the way, man. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you, each and every one of you. This is Tae Got Kash, and I'm cashing out. Tae cashing out.